Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. It actually nearly was good night because today was the first day where you nearly didn't get a video. Everything that could go wrong went wrong, but I've managed to patch this together at the last minute for you. So what are we doing for you today? Well, we're not doing the original game. You'll see part of that at the end of this video. No, we're doing Space Invaders from Tato because I had to emergency pull all my resources together to make sure that you had your daily video, because I try and give you daily videos, and this is the result. So we've loaded it into the MiSTer FPGA, and why are we playing this today? Well, we're not actually playing the game I was going to play today, but when I fired this up I thought, hang on a minute, they've incorporated the backgrounds. So we've now got Space Invaders on the MiSTer FPGA with a great background looking like it belongs in MAME. I don't know how long this video is going to be. We all know how to play Space Invaders. I don't need to teach you this, but you know what? We've got a glorious ticker at the bottom, and assuming that hasn't broken and everything's gone wrong there, you'll see some interesting information about Space Invaders that, yes, I stole from Wikipedia, but I do credit them when I put that there. If you enjoy the content of this channel, please give a like, share, subscribe. It really helps us grow, and maybe we can narrowly avoid doing what happened today, where there was nearly no video for tomorrow. And by tomorrow, it's recorded today, so by tomorrow I mean tomorrow, as I wrote this yesterday, and that makes no sense. And that saying, it just came out and went fucking wrong. So let's just play the game anyway. So here we are, Space Invaders. So if you've not seen this before, this is a great game. A game that I'm actually quite good at in some respects. You know, I can clear a sheet of these without dying. I used to play this, and I think I mentioned it before in another video, but this is a patched together experience today because of how things went wrong on the earlier video that I was doing. And, you know, at the time I'm recording this, I have no time. I have to sleep. I've got no backup videos. I've got no emergency videos. They've all been used. And, you know, I have to make you daily videos because of my bloody compulsion to want to do this. But, you know, by God, I'm out of time, out of luck, no plan, and my only plan was basically to fire up a game, patch together a video like this and see what we could do. So I went for a game that we all know and love, but this is worth showing because, as I say, on the MiSTer FPGA they've now added the background, so you know you've got authentic looking Space Invaders backgrounds. There was many versions of Space Invaders, you know, many rip-offs of it and stuff like this, but the original was always the best. I played this at the British Airways Concourse Centre. That's where I first started playing this, and we used to get English 10p's. Now, for those of you that don't know, I am British. Maybe you can tell by the accent. And in England, we invented something called money that we gave the rest of the world. And unfortunately, we gave it too well to the rest of the world. So now England, Great Britain, has no money, while the rest of the world, especially you Chinese people, have loads of money, and we don't. And that's not a problem. You're just clearly more intelligent than us in how you use your money, how you spend your resources, and what you do with it. We just have absolutely none, judging by the tax that we all pay and everything else like that. Anyway, that aside, regardless of our invention that we wrecked, gave away, just like football as well, because we should be the best at football, but we are not, even though we invented the bloody game. Yeah, we invented money. So we had 10p coins, and our 10p coins was what we used to procure games on this. You know, you would put your 10p in a slot and you would have a whole game of Space Invaders for you to play, for you to destroy, for you to be brilliant at. Anyway, I was poor. My parents, as I've told you many times, never used to like me playing video games. So, you know, I used to go to the British Airways Concourse Centre and I used to play Space Invaders for 2p a go. And what you used to do was you used to rest the 2p on the edge of the slot, and you used to basically hold your index finger down, and you know that's your little pokey finger there. You could do all kinds of things with this finger here, but your little pokey finger there, you used to hold it down and push it effectively on the top and spin this, and you would spin the 2p that hard in the slot that it would flick through the system and it would register as a glorious British 10p. And then you had, let me just kill the last one, then you had your free game with Space Invaders. So, I say, oh, don't die, I've got to get you, oh, fuck it, fuck. You know, I can clear sheets usually for this, and I get it wrecked. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. Well, that game ended all suddenly, didn't it? So, game over. Didn't kill the last one. Too busy talking about this finger that you can do so many things with. Anyway, that aside, yeah, you used to spin it on the slot, so you put it in, spin it in, and it would shoot into the machine, and you would get your free game of Space Invaders for 2p, so 5 for the price of 1. So that's how I used to play this game, and I was pretty good at this, and we played it at the British Airways Concourse Centre, as I said. And I remember once my parents deciding that I could do something nice, and I was allowed to go to the cinema with my friends. So I don't know whether I shared this. Off we went to the cinema, but we didn't quite go to the cinema. We took all our cinema money and we went to the British Airways Concourse Centre, because guess what machine they had there? They had Space Invaders, and by God, the amount of 2p's this cinema money could spend there was absolutely phenomenal. Anyway, the film that I was meant to see was Close Encounters of the Third Kind. We never got to see that film because this was a special edition of it. It had been on TV, you know, with some additional scenes and stuff like that. No. We never got to see that. What we got to see was lots of Space Invader scenes. Anyway, the problem I then had was when I got home, much later, because we'd had a glorious day playing this bloody game, my parents, they said to me, "Oh dear, how was the cinema?" "Oh, it was fine, it was good. You know, did you enjoy the film?" Yeah. "What happened?" "Oh, it's about UFOs." "Oh yeah, no, we've seen that." What happened? You know, and the only thing I could talk about was the bonus scene that they had where the little boy seemed, the room fills with orange, and the boy looked like he was getting sucked through a fireplace or out a window. As I say, I hadn't really paid much attention to the extra bits on the advert, and I managed to get away with it, but holy hell, it was like having to talk about a film that you've not seen. You know, knowing my luck, they actually knew I was at the British Airways Concourse Centre anyway, and, you know, they were just testing my skills of lying, which I don't know whether I actually passed. I had tea that day, so I could assume that I passed, but who knows with them, who knows. Anyway, I like Space Invaders. We've played this on the channel before. I think we played it on main, and we did a conversion of it as well on Space Raiders on the ZX Spectrum. We compared, but as I say, I haven't got time to do this because everything that could go wrong today went wrong, and never mind the additional challenge I had. The chroma key, the way it works is you have a green screen behind you, so if you look at my little webcam here, hello, I'm here, what you see is, I'm actually talking, there's my controller, fuck it, I got myself killed by showing you that. Yeah, so if you look at the chroma key that we have going on here with the background, the way it works is that's a green screen, and if all of that to work, you basically have light shining on you. Now, the screen has got to be effectively in a static position to work, a flat position without any creases or anything else like that. If you've got it at an angle, you've got a problem. So, you know, setup is really key. And what is also really key is light. If you get the light wrong, it doesn't work, and, you know, things start to blur and, you know, sort of pixelate and go really badly wrong. You know, for the home setup that I have, you know, and it is just a home setup, regardless of what you see, I'm literally in a room, in a house, making this, you know. I think it does okay with what I do, but today it wasn't working, so I had to adjust the lights. So that really slowed me down. Anyway, I was then playing this other game that you will get to see a little bit later on, or at least you'll see part of it, so to speak, on this video, because that's going to be the exit part of this video. I was playing that game, and it broke in an incredible way that I have not seen before. So, you know, that was bollocks. That was bollocks. What can I do with this? Didn't want to lose the whole video, so, you know, we lost the whole video past the last few seconds of it, literally, and I just kept that for fucking posterity's sake. But it does lead me on. You know, I try and give you guys and girls, and thank you to each and every one of you, daily videos. I do my absolute best to do this, but this is the first time I've been caught with my trousers down, with no backup videos, no videos to, you know, basically bail me out if I don't make one or anything like that. So, you know, once in a while, if things in life get a little bit hectic and things go wrong, we may not have a daily video. So I have one simple request. If you can like, share and subscribe. But I thought that, why is it so hard? I can use, I'm wrecking this. I'm absolutely wrecking that last level. Yeah, but if you can like, share and subscribe, please, and turn on notifications, then you will get to see when the new videos appear. Let's be really clear. This does not mean that I'm stopping daily videos. We've gone over a year with daily videos. It's been a fantastic journey. It really has, but it just makes me aware that sometimes life, you lose control of things that are going on. And this is what happened here. It broke, life broke, recordings broke, the video broke, and I nearly got this wrong. So if you don't see anything, don't worry, nothing's happened. I've invested too much time and money in this channel to make it disappear or anything like that. No, I absolutely love what I do, but once in a while, as proven today, things go wrong, and I may not be able to recover what we did. Hence why this game here, Space Invaders, is technically a throwaway video that we're doing. Well, I had to fire something up. I had to make something for you guys and girls, because you know what, my OCD means that I've got to do my absolute damnedest to try and do a daily video. I really have to. So, Space Invaders, I believe it's every 16 shots you get the big one, the bonus one flying above. Can't be certain about that. So what we're going to do, we're going to count together. So next time we have one fly above, we will count the shots after that. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, that theory is wrong. So wherever I learned that from, you are full of horseshit, you really are. Oh, I just missed. So I'm really actually disappointed in my game plans. I thought I was so much better at this. Maybe it's because I'm so tired. Because you know what, it has been a really long day for me as well. It feels like that this day has had way too many hours in it. Right, okay. Yes, got you. Alright, so we're on the high score. Oh, for fuck's sake. I just go into their missile. Yes, clear. We are okay at this. I remember a version of Space Invaders in the arcade, and it actually might be Space Invaders Part 2. But I seem to remember a version where your bases below, when they get shot, they actually remain damaged. So, if you get one completely wrecked, it stays that way. Level after level. Ah, fuck it, dead again. Oh, we got a bonus life. Come on, focus. So we spoke about putting 2Ps in Space Invader machines, and you could spin them on the slot and you get your credits fair. And that worked really well. But what we never spoke about was how, as a small child, did I used to get money to play these machines when the parents wouldn't allow me to do it. They would never give me money for this compulsion I had to play this. Well, in the UK, we also invented something called telephones. And forget what you hear about Siemens, Marconi and telephones. No. It was purely a UK invention by British Telecom. That's why it's called British Telecom. Anyway, what they had was they had public phone boxes, because we hadn't yet, the British had not yet invented the mobile phone. Anyway, what you could do was, if you went to a public phone box there, they had something called tissue paper. And tissue paper you could basically roll up into these little balls, and you would shove into the reject slot of the public phone box. And what this meant was you had these souls that were putting their money in, hitting the money for the return for their call, and the money wouldn't come out, and they'd think, oh, sorry, they'd hit the machine a few times, but the phone basically was just not working. And this was a day before mobile phones. You had these public telephone boxes all over high streets. They were absolutely everywhere. Anyway, we used to block those up so the money would fall, and then we would go remove the tissue, and it'd be like a fruit machine. Even though fruit machines hadn't been invented that we could play in Chinese restaurants or anything else like that at that particular point, you know, we would remove the tissue, all the money would fall up, and we would have money to play on these machines. So that is, as a naughty child, how I used to fund my ability to play arcade machines when the parents wouldn't give me money. Of course, other kids were doing exactly the same here as well. So, you know, you were lucky, you know, if you hit the jackpot, because you also had the great risk of other kids getting into your phone box before you or anything like that. Not that it was your phone box, yeah, let's be clear here, but it was the one that you had put your piece of tissue in. So technically it was yours. You know, that it was yours by rights of law because your tissue was in there saying, hey, fuck it, yes, this is mine. Anyway, let's clear this level, and I think we're going to call it a day here, because, you know, I am brutally tired. You know, I do like what they've done on the MiSTer FPGA with the core, where they've actually given this background here. You know, it works really well. You know, I swear when I fired this up before, yeah, it's not been there, but no, this is good. This is really good. I'm playing the version of Space Invaders on the MiSTer FPGA that has the word samples next to it, so I guess that's why we've got those glorious noises. I don't really know. That's the only word I can think samples would be used for and why it would be needed. And, you know, it's just a lovely, relaxing game to play. You know, if you look, if you listen, you know, there's been a serious lack of swearing today on this channel, because, you know, it's just calming, it's relaxing. You know, I have no problem whether I live or die. You know, maybe it's because I'm so fucking tired I actually don't care whether I live or die at the moment. Of course I don't want to die in real life. You know, it's just dying in this particular game, you know. So the Lords of Judgment, if you're looking down on me, no, I don't actually want to die in real life. You know, that hasn't happened yet, and I'm trying to avoid that for as long as I can, because it's going to be a bit of an inconvenience for making videos for this channel and a few other things I've got yet to do in life. But no, all good. Alright, so let's try and clear these. So let's try and go for the high score. Let's exit on a positive, on a glorious... Fuck it, I can't even get the fuckers. Oh no! No, yeah, piece of shit. Yes. Alright, okay, let's try and exit on a positive and get up. Okay, half what that's going to get me then. Oh, that fucking did. And get a good score. So we need 300 points to get an extra life to help us on this mission. Come on. Ah, mother hens. Game over. Well, we couldn't even do that right, could we? Anyway, so I think what we're going to do now is we need to have a look and see what went wrong on the last video. Yeah, we put a coin in and it broke. Okay, so bad contact game between Neo Geo causes errors, so ensure that you clean contacts. I have never had that before, so I think what we're going to do is, I don't know what to do. You know what? We'll consider this as a bonus video that went stupidly wrong, and I will find a way to tack on this last bit onto the end of the video. So I'm the gentleman. This is the Gentleman's Pixel Club. You can see where the video I went to record for you went wrong and it broke. All of you stay safe. All of you take care, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.
I'm not a gentleman. I'm a Nigerian prince. So, probably suggest you all subscribe to this channel. Peace out.
Would you like to play again?